Back in March we spoke about Army Sergeant Matthew Fieldhouse, who at the time was facing a military court as he was found guilty of sexual assault after he went into a woman's room for a cup of tea, before kissing her neck, pushing her onto her bed and exposing himself to her, then began playing with himself while saying, "Come on." Fieldhouse denied one count of sexual assault, but was found guilty at Bulford Military Court. Sergeant Fieldhouse of the 25th Training Regiment of the Royal Logistics Corps has now been sentenced, although I find military sentencing to be confusing, so maybe somebody watching this can explain to me. Now, if you want to be reminded of the details, I'll link to the previous video up here and in the description. Fieldhouse was in the military for 20 years before his actions led to this point. Judge Advocate Jane England told him that you subjected the victim to a frightening sexual assault in her own room after she had innocently invited you there. You abused your friendship, you sexually assaulted a friend and colleague in a particularly unpleasant way. You took advantage of her, forced your desires on her. You attempted to undo her belt and took your penis out and started massaging it. That's called wanking. She feared the worst, and we can all see why. We saw the effect this offence has had on her, and she blames herself partly because she was outgoing and friendly. We hope she no longer blames herself, as the only person to blame is you. It's a very sad way to bring an end to 20 years of exemplary service, but it is an end you have brought upon yourself by your own actions. Rupert Gregory, prosecuting, told the trial. The defendant went to the complainant's block and she invited him into her room for a cup of tea. He came into her room, put his hands on her, picked her up by her hips and began kissing her on the neck. She was nervous. She did not know how to react. He put her on the bed with one knee on the bed and tried to unbuckle her belt. He unbuckled his belt, took out his penis and began masturbating, saying, "Oh, come on." She ran out of the room to 2 rooms away into another private's room and told him what had happened. In a statement given to the police, the victim said, "I feel like it's my fault. I feel like I have to change who I am to stop something like this happening again. I just don't really trust men. I know that not all men are like that, but I just have trust issues at the moment now." Now, this is the bit I don't understand. Sergeant Fieldhouse was dismissed, reduced in rank to private, handed 180 hours of community service and must pay the victim £1,000 in compensation. Now, my confusion lies at the point of why his rank has been reduced to private if they're dismissing him. Couldn't they dishonourably discharge him, which surely would be worse than a rank reduction before being dismissed? And why is he not facing any potential jail time? I know the rules and procedures are different in a military court, but it's one area I know literally nothing about. So anybody out there that might be able to advise me with the answer to that question in the comments, I would appreciate it. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.